another exciting edition of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, the chief content producer and writer of jakestake.com, a pop culture entertainment news website. If you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up. If you're listening to this audio on our audio platforms, please give us a 5-star rating, download this episode, and more. I'm very excited to welcome our latest guest today. As of this recording, he is an alternative pop recording artist and producer with over 28,400 monthly Spotify listeners and 12,000 YouTube subscribers and 44,400 TikTok followers. And his videos have been viewed over, as of this recording, 429,000 times. So please help me welcome Rohan to the podcast.
Hello, how's it going?
Hi, Rohan. How are you doing today?
I'm good. It's like a nice Sunday morning. Weather's not too good, but I'm chilling with my dog in the house.
Oh, hello there.
Yeah.
What's their name?
Costa?
Costa, how are you, Costa?
He's good. He just ate. So he's not gonna harass me too much, I hope.
Alrighty. Well, we always love when doggy gets chime in. So alright, let's get there he is right now on cue.
I might have to switch locations real quick, honestly. Let me get
it. Alrighty, we just after a few technical difficulties, let's continue our conversation, shall we?
Let's do it.
Alrighty, so Rohan, when did you get interested in music? How did that passion evolve into desire to pursue a career in the recording industry?
It began. I mean, I got into music really young. Like when I was living in Australia, my mom got me into piano, which is like a very, I feel like, Asian parent thing to do, but I really enjoyed it. I picked it up very quickly, and after that, it was my sister Asha who showed me Green Day, and I was like 3-4 years old, and I think just like seeing Billy Joe, she showed me the Bullet in the Bible, which is like that sort of like live concert series from Milton Keys that Green Day did in 2005, and I just think watching Billy Joe kind of do his thing just made me want to be a rock star. And so I picked up the guitar. I played in a lot of bands, wrote a lot of songs, and I just generally played in a lot of bands throughout like middle school, high school, and stuff. And then I think when I came to America and my like taste sort of diversified from like the indie punk sort of stuff, I just felt like I had something to offer. So I started recording. I built my own studio and I just started going at it. And I think maybe just like set new goals every day. But yeah.
And that's amazing. It's always great. I still gotta say, American Idiot is still one of the greatest rock albums of all time.
Yeah, and I have that on my on my wrist. I got that.
Oh yeah. I gotta say, 21 Guns, the title album, and Boulevard of Broken Dreams, still 3 of the greatest rock songs of all time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
All right. So besides Green Day, who are the recording artists, the musicians, and producers who inspired your sound? And
yeah, I mean, it's a pretty diverse set, but I feel like one of the other biggest inspirations I had, maybe not to my current sound too much, but sort of like that got me branching out of punk or pop punk really, is this band called Beach Goons. They're from San Diego. It's mostly the lead singer Pablo, but I found them. I found them because I went to this sort of like concert festival in Berkeley that Billy Joe's son's band was playing in, and they played, and I was really like taken away by them immediately. They had like a really good live energy, and they had this like they had this indie punk vibe, like very fast paced, but it was like very melodic, and some of it was in Spanish, and it was really cool. And so I was a huge fan of them for a while, and that like kind of branched me out of, just like the straight, pop punk stuff, and inspired me to like kind of do my own music a lot. Seeing how they took a spin on it, and how Pablo took a spin on it. I actually like smoked a J with him outside of his show. I don't know if I could say that.
oh wow, that's definitely something that you can. This is definitely that. Yeah, I can't believe you had the opportunity to do that. So, not only did you just hung out and did a smoke with him, but
Yeah.
you also played with his father, because in 2023 you actually were on stage with Green Day, and can you describe how that performance happened with my audience?
Honestly, like I was just really drunk at this show, and I was really hyped. And I honestly I couldn't even remember how I got on stage. I just got on stage somehow, and then I got on, and then I was like, "What am I doing?" And then Billy Joe was just like signaling me to sing the song with him, and then I did. And the crazy thing is that after I finished the line, it was in the song "Stay the Night" from the trilogy. And then I went in to jump back into the stage. He like slapped my bum and he's like, "Go jump, go crowd surf, stage dive," and I did, and then no one caught me. Like
Oh no!
yeah, dude, I was bruised after that. I mean, there was so much adrenaline from having done that I was like hyped. But I like the next day I was like, dude, I am fucking bruised all over.
Alrighty, I think that, but here's the thing: at least you got to sing with your heroes, and that's something that not a lot of people get to do.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and at least the Armstrong. Hopefully, the Armstrong family would say, "Hey, do you want to open for us?"
One day, I don't know if the music fit. I don't know if the genres fit anymore. But like who knows? Maybe if I have some kind of like more Green Day stuff in my back catalog in my like vault. So maybe it aligns.
Absolutely. So we'll get to your catalog in a minute, but first, what have been some of the challenges that you faced staying in the recording industry, and how have you overcome those obstacles?
It's just like not knowing what I signed up for. Honestly, like I think that when I began, I was like just kind of enjoying figuring out. I've always done music. I've always played music, but I think I was enjoying figuring out my sound and the intersection of like these artists I like. And then like as I got really better at it and I started really believing in the music I was making and like really believing in, you know, like that I think it can be a part of the conversation. Like I think just like realizing that I wanted to really take it places, but not then realizing how much work it is on like the TikTok side and you know like the promotions. It's a hustle, man. It's like I in the beginning thought, oh, I can just release music and that's it. But dude, there's so much stuff you have to do. You have to post TikToks, you have to post all this content and videos, and it's like everything's just like it's a hustle and a half. So yeah, that's one thing. It's just sort of been staying. I think every artist will tell you that, but I think just staying on top of that has been a struggle, honestly.
Welcome to the club when it comes to content creation.
Yeah, yeah,
And I can say this as someone that has been doing content creation since for almost 15 years, it is a hustle between writing and like transcribing interviews all the way to recording podcasts and trying to figure out when's the best time to post on Instagram or on LinkedIn
yeah.
or or Twitter. It's so tough. And like the thing is, I lost my interest with TikTok because the thing is, I don't know how to master that algorithm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough, man. I feel like I've definitely rotted my brain a little just watching all the TikTok that I have, trying to get an idea of how it, how to leverage the algorithm and stuff. It's pretty crazy, but yeah,
And not to mention the fact it's like, how many do I work with? Bot 3 hashtags or 10 hashtags?
yeah. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't either. It's always you gotta try it. You gotta try it, and then once you find something, stick with it. However, you gotta get used to throwing spaghetti at the wall.
Yeah, yeah, true, true
All
story.
right, so let's go back to your catalog. I want to talk about some of the most Spotify streamed songs and the stories behind them.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with your latest single, How Do You Feel? Sweet as of this recording, has 20,700 Spotify streams.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the story behind that?
That song, my family was visiting me. My family, like my family from Australia was visiting me. They stayed with me for like 3 months, 3 or 4 months, and like it was a full house. Um, for like 4 months, it was like the time. It was the best time. Like we went to LA, NYC, Houston, and like all like I obviously live in a totally different continent to like my family, so this was like just kind of a dream come true that all my siblings were around and everything. And after they left, it was like really jarring. It was very lonely for like a week. Like I was still adjusting to kind of being alone again. And I think I just picked up my acoustic guitar and I like wrote this song, and it was like sort of like a song about like it, that like it's sort of like it's kind of like a depressive song. Like if you look into the lyrics, it's a song about like sort of like going through a depressive phase. But it's like when I wrote it, it wasn't like, oh, I'm depressed. It was like I'm in a bit of a temporary pit. It's sort of how like sometimes the lows can feel more permanent than they are. But that's what that song's about. And then I recorded it totally at home. I spent a week just going ham on it, completely in my kitchen basically. And then I sent it to Mark Core, who was like the guy who did a lot of the Green Day videos back in the '90s, Time of Your Life, When I Come Around, Boss Case, and he loved it. And we made a video together in Joshua Tree at Olivia Wilde's ex-husband's house.
Jason Sudeikis, a fellow Cancinian.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool that you can say I actually did a music video at the Joshua Tree.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. And then the funny thing is, my siblings came back to help me film that. Or my sister came back, and then one of my best friends from high school was there as well. And it was really cool. There were all these like paintings of naked women in the house, and it was like there were all these like ships and like broken down pianos and broken down cars and everything. It was insane. It was like just prop heaven. Yeah.
That could have also been used in areas to do like Boulevard of Oakland Dreams if you want to do a cover of that.
Yeah, I should do a cover of that. I gotta write that down actually.
Well, that's a great. I'm so glad I was able to add that idea to your suggestion box.
I'm writing it down right now.
All right, so one of your featured songs is "I Wish I Could Tell You," and as of this recording, it has over 31,400 Spotify streams.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing. So the story behind that song.
Yeah, sorry. That song came after a breakup. So one of my ex-girlfriends and I broke up on Halloween night. It's pretty hellish relationship, honestly.
Not to mention a nightmarish time to
exactly. Yeah, dude. I don't really want all the detail, but yeah, we broke up, and then that post breakup period is pretty insane, and I was writing a lot of stuff. I was definitely back in a low period, and I was writing a lot of stuff in my apartment. And this song was like a folk song that I kind of put together, which is like, the lyrics are like, I wish I could tell you, I know that you hate me, I know that you got good reasons and bad ones. It's sort of like the things that you wish you could tell someone, but you can't because you're like in a no contact period. You're not talking to each other. And I went back to Australia for like the New Year's, Christmas time, and I built a studio in my grandma's house, and I recorded it there. And then we made a video. When I came back to the Bay Area, we made a video with one of my siblings. Came back with me from Australia, so we made a video with Mark again, and it was cool. Yeah, we went out to this undisclosed location in the Bay Area, and it was like the coldest day of my life. The coldest I've ever been. I was like freezing in that video, but it was. You can even see my face is almost like pale in some of those shots. And then yeah, we put it out, and Spotify. It got on like the Fresh Finds Australia, which was a big sort of achievement for me.
And that's amazing too that you can be able to do that, and hopefully, you didn't develop hypothermia.
I think I was honestly close. Honestly, I feel like I was close to
hypothermia. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, your song Tomorrow is not the same as the famous Tomorrow that's from the Annie musical, is it?
No, I think it's a little bit different.
How different?
I actually don't know that song, so I couldn't even tell you.
But however, 41,000.4 people loved streaming your song Tomorrow. So I know and it's an original. So what's the song about?
Tomorrow is about fucking up in a relationship, and the empty promises that you make to like do better. I definitely can relate to this because I was in a relationship. One of my relationships, like I definitely was like the more problematic one. Like she was very patient, very kind, very forgiving, and I was always doing some fuck shit. And I wrote the song long after we broke up, but I was thinking about her for a little, and I was like, um, I was just thinking about all that stuff, that all the patience she had, and all the times I said, I'll try again tomorrow, and that's what the song's about. Yeah.
I definitely think there's a lot of people like both ways. It could go easily one way or the other. And also the thing is, I've always like a lot of people have said that you have really a lot of patience, but sometimes that patience can really be very. Sometimes you could be have a short fuse too.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fact.
Alrighty, I gotta say this. I love when I think of your song Fizzy, I think of soda that I'm opening up.
Yeah.
But I take it that's 70 as of this recording, that's 75,700 Spotify streams is not about soda at all.
It's about a certain type of drink. I mean, it's somewhat about drinking. And if you look at the cover, it's me and a bunch of wine bottles in a bathtub. But no, there's a few metaphors in that song, but I think the main one is that Fizzy is about like a relationship that fizzles out. It's about a situationship, a relationship that keeps fizzling out. It keeps sort of just like the bubbles in a soda. It keeps you know yeah, fizzling out, bubbling up with all these issues and chaos, and it's active. But yeah, that's what the song's about, really. But it's also done in like a very cheeky sort of like summery way. Not like I Wish I Could Tell You. It's like a bit more sad boy. This is sort of like a bit more happy boy.
Which is great because the thing is, it feels like with today's music industry, it feels like a little bipolar because we have all these sad songs that Billie Eilish and Lana are singing, and
Yeah,
then we have the perpy songs from Taylor Swift.
yeah. I like doing both. So I want to
Oh
have
yeah,
two.
you have to balance it out. I think you have to be successful, especially in the pop industry. You gotta balance it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, maybe that's.
Alrighty, I gotta say this. I've never heard a song called "Nicely" before, and 100. And when it started to get like to the over the 100,000 Spotify streams, what goes through your mind when you say, "Oh my God, it cleared 100,000 streams"?
Yeah, I mean, look, when I first started making music, I was just like, I just want like 2,000 listeners and I'll be happy. And I got 2,000. I was like, I want 10,000. I got 10,000. I'm like, I want 100,000. And I'm not at 100,000 listeners yet. Um, so I think like my mind, I'm like a professional goalpost shifter, honestly. Like that's what I do in all the things I do. So like, I think when it hits 100K, I'm just like, I want a million. And if it hits a million, and when it hits a million, I'll definitely be like, I want 100 million. That's just the way my brain works. But also it's a level of fuck. I feel less and less like an imposter each day, which feels good.
It's a long time, even for someone like me who's been in the industry for 15 minutes. I still get imposter syndrome. It's
Yeah.
like, for example, like I can have all like I've had an Emmy nominated producer, I've had Emmy winning journalists, I've had a Tony winning producer, and also I've had some reality TV legends. And I'm like, I still can't. Sometimes I feel like, at times, I'm like, am I really good enough for these kinds of guests?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you, man. I definitely feel you.
Oh yeah, it's definitely there's definitely a lot of times, but like one of your biggest stream songs is Big Screen,
Yeah.
and as of 200, and as of this recording, has over 213,000 Spotify streams. So what that is that song about?
That song's a parody. That song's about, the sort of trappings of wanting to be like famous and better than other people, like, and wanting to make it so that people admire you, and when you walk into a room, people want to be with you, want to talk to you. It's sort of like about that. It's sort of like that desire to like, it's sort of like acknowledging that like real, like unveiling that sort of like internal desire to sort of like be better than other people and be like more famous, more cool, more like hot, more like rich. Like that's like that kind of like ego thing that's inside, I think, a lot of us, just like sort of like acknowledging it. Yeah.
I definitely agree that there's a lot with a lot of people going on. It's like, yes, you get with all the interviews you get and everything as well. Like, yeah, you need to find, yeah, they could go easily like, go up and do like this flashy streaming things, but like, you have to think to yourself, do you want to be someone that's I'm sorry, an asshole, or do you want to be someone that can be admired because you work through hardship and everything. And I'd
Mm-hmm.
rather do the latter because the thing is, yes, I don't want to. I want to be around longer and not have like a where are they now feature on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And guys, it always pays to be nice. You never know what kind of legacy you're going to leave behind once you leave this earth.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
All right. So, who are your dream collaborators, the singers, the songwriters, the musicians, and the producers? And how would they enhance your sound?
Dude, I would love to make a song with obviously Green Day. This is just an obvious one. I think like, especially with Mike's bass playing, yeah, that would be sick. And like I think we do a song that has that kind of pop punk vibe. That I don't want to say pop punk, but maybe like just that sort of like punk, but like melodic punk, like vibe, and like, we can throw some of my more soulful vocals over that. That'd be cool. Maybe some like electronic touches, some like R&B touches. That'd be sick. And then I would love to do a song with Skeggs. I think like it would be sick to do a song with an Australian artist. And Skeggs obviously they were a huge inspiration for me. Like just sort of like doing again like similar to Beach Coons, honestly, like seeing how that sort of like vibe can be delivered in a different filter. I'd love to do one with them.
I think
And
you would do wonders with Sia.
yeah, with who?
Sia.
See, dude, we both have a song named Unstoppable. Maybe
Oh
we
yeah,
should combine it.
that would be a good remix to hear your version of Unstoppable and then you guys sing the same things at the same time.
Yeah, I'm down. Can you? Yeah.
Sia, if you're listening or watching this, go contact Rohan.
Please, please. Well, I think we'll do some wonders together.
And I gotta say this, I would love to see you with a collaboration with like someone like if you want, like I saw that you did some rap, but like maybe a Kendrick or maybe a Kendrick Lamar or a Drake.
Sure. How about Justin? Add Justin Bieber in as well. Add
Oh,
J-
Bieber would be a good one as well. I
maybe
definitely
add
think it'd
JT.
be great. I think Bieber would be great. And then I gotta say this, especially when you brought up big screen, I always thought Lucky would be what you're like about Lucky. Britney Spears is Lucky.
Yeah, dude. Let's make it happen. I'm keen. I'm in the studio tomorrow.
Alrighty. However, I don't have if they're listening to this, if they're watching this, they'll go to or fans of them can go through that as well. And also, by the way, we spoke out about this to the universe. So hopefully the
Exactly.
universe is listening.
Manifesting it. Dude, I'm a big believer in manifesting.
Same here. Same here. It's been the reason why that I've been still been working as a podcaster for so long.
There you go. I co-sign that.
Alrighty, so we got to talk about social media. Go back to social media. Now, are you more of a TikToker or Instagram?
I like TikTok more honestly, just because I find Instagram. I don't know. I don't have the same confidence on Insta. I like Instagram to be chill and curated, and like kind of sexy. And then TikTok, I just spam random shit. Like I'm just like I feel comfortable just doing random shit on TikTok. But Instagram, I wanna like I feel like it's more of a portfolio piece. So I don't like have the same. I'm not posting reels daily. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should. Everyone tells me I should, but
I don't know how to do a reel. Like the only I don't know how. I don't have the patience to go and put one clip in and to weave everything like on the Final Cut because my phone doesn't have Final Cuts.
Yeah, dude. It's we got to figure it out. We got to do a workshop together.
Absolutely. I'll teach you more about Instagram if you teach me more about TikTok.
Keen for it.
All right, that's a great one. So, are you ready for your last question?
Yeah, throw it at me.
All righty. So, Rohan, where can they find you on social media? Number one. Number two, where can they find your music? And if you're thinking about putting on a show or like touring, where would they find out where to find tickets?
You should just go to my Instagram. It's Rohan X. You can find new songs, new shows, new videos, everything on that. If you want some more like fun music content, go to my TikTok, Chapel Rohan. It's like Chapel
I
Rohan.
love that name, by the way.
I was drunk when I did that. I was like, it'll be funny. And then add me on LinkedIn. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
We are not that. We don't know each other on LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn's professionals, but for fans, Instagram and TikTok.
I'm kidding.
are where it is.
Yeah, Rohan X and Chapel Rohan though. You should hit those up. Hit my line. Let's collaborate. Sia and Justin Bieber.
Alrighty, you heard them, folks. So, guys, if you missed an episode of the Jake Sick with Jacob Elyachar podcast, visit our channels on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Spotify, and Spreaker. Jake Sick with Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. Now, are you on social media? Because I'm on social media too: Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Twitter, and YouTube. Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. Want to find out what's going on with America's Got Talent? What's going on with the challenge? Want to see him read my new music reviews? Well, head to the blog that started it all, jakes.shake.com. Once again, jakes.shake.com. And Jake Sick with Jacob Elyachar Podcast is an official 2025 American Business Award winning podcast. And I want to say thank you so much to the American Business Award judges for selecting my podcast to receive the silver medal in the best interview talk show category in the podcasting division. Rohan, you are incredible. I have really enjoyed our conversation, and I cannot wait to see what you do next.
I really enjoyed the conversation too. Yeah. I'm going to add the podcast on my Spotify right now.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Till next time, have a great one, everybody. Goodbye.